Welcome to the itdvds.com YouTube channel. This is just a sample of the training available at itdvds.com. If you would like to see complete training, please go to itdvds.com. Now let's begin the sample. So we've got our web server configured to serve up our ks.cfg file. Now we need to configure our boot options to tell it where to find that file. And we're going to want to have ESX scripted install using USB ks.cfg selected. And now we're going to type in some different options. I'm just going to hit the back key to erase ks equals USB. This is where we're going to type in the URL to get to our ks.cfg file. So I'm going to type in http:// I'm going to type in the IP address of my web server, 192.168.6.110, a /ks.cfg. And we configured this in the last movie. We configured our web server so that it served up this particular file. But we're also going to need to put this particular installation server here on the network. So it's got to be on the network in order to access this website. So I'm going to type in a space, IP equals, and I'm going to give this server an IP address, 192.168.6.134. Type in another space, netmask equals, I'm going to type in the subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. Another space, I'll type in a gateway. So I'll enter in the gateway, it's 192.168.6.1. And if I'd like to, I can enter in a name server, and that's if in our URL we specified the domain name instead of the IP address. Well, then it's going to need to resolve that. So we're going to type in name server equals, and the IP address of our DNS server. I've got one at 192.168.6.100, and that's it. So now I'm going to go ahead and hit enter. It's going to load the installer files like it always does. And I don't have the USB key in like we did in a previous movie. So this is excellent if you're actually not in front of the server and you need to do an installation remotely and you want to use a script file in order to do it. And another cool thing to do if you've got a lot of servers you need to configure, well, you could create multiple folders for each server. Let's say each folder has the host name that you want to use, and within that folder is going to be your ks.cfg file. And each one's going to be a little bit different, you know, like we tweaked it before in a previous movie where we changed the host name and the IP address. Well, if we did that, then we could install multiple servers simultaneously. So now you see it's going through the same unattended process that it went through last time when we used our ks.cfg file from the USB drive. And we're getting the same little warning up there because we're using the same ks.cfg file. Lets us know that the max size is specified, but --grow isn't, so it'll be using that. And it's going to go ahead and partition the drives as we specified in the ks.cfg file. And another reason we might want to use some boot options like we did previously is if our media, our installation media, is in another place, let's say on the network, we can actually specify where the installation media is at using the Ask Media boot option. Alright, and the installation's complete. We'll just want to hit enter to reboot it and just be sure and eject the DVD.